Hello, I am Andy Hawbaker with 8Z Real Estate in Windsor, Colorado, and we're going to look at the Windsor, Colorado real estate update for August 2022. All of the numbers that we are discussing here is the latest data that's available, and that is the closed sales data of July 2022. So there's a lot of things going on in the real estate market. You're probably hearing that prices are changing, the bubble, we hear about a bubble popping and all these things. Before you get into any of the hype with that, I really want you to look at the actual data, and that's what this video is all about. So let's dive in and let's look at what is actually happening in our Windsor, Colorado real estate market. Okay, so first of all, we're going to look at, first of all, I've broken this up by condo and townhome and then single family homes. Now I've done that so that you can see the difference between, obviously that's two different markets. Someone who's going to buy a townhome or a condo, and it's going to adjust the pricing versus single family homes. So that's the way this is broken out. Okay, for the new listings that we have in Windsor, Colorado, there were 14 new listings for condos and townhomes. That is up 366% from last year. So huge increase in the number of listings, only to 14. So that's how low inventory has been. And then for single family homes, there was 101 new listings. That's up 4% from last year. So that's great that we're still seeing more new listings, but we've just been so short on listings. It's what everyone's been talking about over the last couple of years, is the shortage of inventory. So we're seeing more homes come onto the market, so that's good news there. This next slide, we're going to look at the number of closed sales. So in July of 2022, there were 9 closed sales of townhomes and condos. So that's down over 57% from last year. And single family homes, there were only 60 sold last month. So that is a decrease. So that's what you're hearing about. Rates have gone up. People have kind of, buyers are stalling and maybe not purchasing homes at the same level. So that's kind of the slowdown that we're seeing. However, before you freak out or think that there's a bubble to burst or anything like that, the rest of these numbers are going to show you that we're just normalizing. The market is getting back to a normal market from the frenzy we've had over the last couple of years. So let's look at the median sales price in Windsor. A condo, the median price was $470,000. That's actually up 19% from a year ago. So, prices dropping, no, not happening. Single family homes, $575,000 was the median sales price in July. That's up 16.5% over last July. So home prices are not dropping. They're still up year over year by pretty significant amounts. So that's still all looking strong. Now this is kind of interesting, the percentage of the original list price. Townhomes and condos actually still in July sold for 102.8% of the list price. That means people paid 2.8% above the asking price. Now for single family homes, it was 100%, meaning on average, the people paid the asking price to get the home. That is down 1.5% from last year. It's down probably 2 to 4% over the last couple of months. So instead of having to go 4%, 5% above the asking price, it looks like now you can pretty much bid the asking price and get the home. So that is a very positive move for buyers and still very strong for sellers. Okay, the average number of days on the market. Now this is a really kind of screwy slide for me. There's a lot going on here. I think the rain dance condos has something to do with this. 262 days on the market is kind of a crazy amount. But this is the data that's coming out of our MLS at the moment. Single family homes, this looks very realistic. 35 days, that is actually down. So the number of days on market on average was down 44% from last year. So we're still seeing that homes are selling very quickly. Market is changing, it's shifting a little bit, but if you're priced right, your home is still going to sell very quickly. So that's all good to go there. The number of showings to pending, this is kind of an interesting thing. This is how many showings on average there are before a house goes under contract. So for condos and townhomes, there were really only 5 showings before it went under contract. And for single family homes, it was 8.7, which is down 33% 3% from the last year. Okay, so that is the information that we have on the current market situation in Windsor, Colorado. Again, my name is Andy Hawbaker. You can always hit me up at my website, which is andyhawbaker.com. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. I'd love to have you subscribe to the channel to get more Northern Colorado real estate updates and real estate buying and selling tips. So again, I just want to recap about what is going on in the market and what these numbers actually mean. Our prices are still up year over year. So it's not that prices are coming down. Homes are sitting on the market just a little bit longer. So if you're listing your home to sell, you don't want to overprice it. You want to price so that it'll sell quickly still, depending on your situation, obviously. But if you're a seller, this is still a really strong seller's market. There's still record low inventory, even though inventory is increasing. So it's still a really good time to sell your home. And if you're a buyer, rates are higher than they were, but we saw in late July that they actually came down slightly a little bit. So kind of up and down a bit, but still kind of in that mid-5 range, which historically is still super low. But the good thing about buying now is that there's less competition, there's less people in the market. So you can, as you saw in the slides, you can bid full price or maybe even get a house under the asking price versus last summer, where you had to bid 10% above the asking price and there were 30 offers you were up against. So market is shifting back to a normal situation. And here's the thing, we had a pandemic. The market was crazy. There's a crazy frenzy for 2 years, a year and a half, 2 years. And we're back to what we would normally expect, kind of our pre-pandemic market. So that's what's going on. If you have more questions, like I said earlier, hit me up at my website, which is andyhawbaker.com. Thanks.